Hi guys, how are you guys doing? I hope you're all well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Jasmine. I'm a practicing social worker and I share my experiences, both social work and non-social work related, here on the channel. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. Let's get right into the video. In this video, I wanted to talk to you about mindfulness. I recently attended a conference on ways to improve the work that we do within the community, and one of the workshops that I attended was on mindfulness. So there was a few things that I learned there, and there was a subscriber that was interested in me sharing this, so I decided to make a video on it. Let's get right into it. So I think for most people that I guess are not expertise in mindfulness and things like that, when someone says mindfulness, the first thing that sort of comes to mind is meditation. But meditation is a form of mindfulness. But if meditation isn't your thing, there's other ways that you can stay mindful, and those are the ways that I'm going to be sharing in this video, and maybe other ways of meditating as well. So I think most of the time, if you watch a meditation video, if you try to follow a meditation video, the things it talks about is sitting quietly and focusing on your breath. The reason why it says to focus on your breath is so you're not distracted by your monkey mind. But there's other things that you can focus on if you struggle to focus on your breath. You can focus on like sounds within the room. You can focus on sounds outside of the room. You can focus on how your body is feeling. You could even do a body scan, starting from your toes up until the top of your head. So just using your mind to recognize that your little toe is there, that your second little toe is there, that your third little toe is there, that your ankle is there, that your knee is there, that your calf is there, all the way till you get to the top of your head. And that way you're not thinking about anything else but your body, and you're being present. The whole goal is just to be present. So anything that can get you to be present is what's important. Another way that you can be mindful is do it through certain things that you do on a daily, like eating. You can eat mindfully by thinking about where the food has come from, who was the farmer that grew it, how was it grown? Was it put into the ground? Like, how did it even come out of the ground? Like, thinking about those things can help you be more mindful around the kind of things that you put into your body as well. Another thing you can do is through exercise. Yoga is my thing. Walking, feeling the breeze on your skin, hearing the sound of the wind, paying attention to how green the grass is and how different the trees are. That's all ways of being mindful without necessarily sitting down and being cross-legged. Another way you can be mindful is be kind to yourself. So when you have certain thoughts about different things, or you may have done something that you're not necessarily pleased with yourself about, instead of calling yourself names, you can just tell yourself that it's okay, and you're still a lovely person, and you're still beautiful, and you're still, you're still loved by people. Whatever it is that would make you feel good. Think about the things that you would say to a loved one, like a child or a really dear friend. If they told you about how bad they did with something, what will you tell them? Think about that and say those things to yourself. There's a website that this lady that shared this information recommended called, I think it's either Self-Compassion or compassion.com. I can't remember. I'll leave it in the description box below for people that are interested. They have tons of workshops on self-compassion and meditation and things like that. Super helpful. Definitely recommend it. Another way that we can learn to be more mindful is to recognize that when we're going through problems, it's not just us and it's a shared experience. Like, us and all individuals around us are the same, and even though their problems may be different, they feel the same sometimes. They all feel down sometimes, and remembering to think this way can help ease the burden of whatever the problem is on you. You know that it's not just you, it's something that happens to everyone, and that way you're able to not blame yourself so much for whatever it is that may have happened. Another way you can be mindful is to pay attention to how things make you feel. So after going for a walk, how has that made you feel? After eating pancakes, how has that made you feel? After eating an apple, how has that made you feel? After meditating, how has that made you feel? After being on social media, how has that made you feel? If you start to pay attention to those things, that obviously helps you to filter out those things that don't make you feel so great. And that's another way of being mindful. one most important thing that she shared that I just thought was so important is to become really clear on your values. What are your values? What do you stand for? What do you believe in? And try and live your life according to those values. So she recommended you can list 10, maybe 20, and then you filter it down to 5, and then you filter it down to another 2, and then you know what values are you absolutely not willing to compromise on. And that way, when your life is in accordance to your values, you know, I can't imagine it being any other way but blissful, really, because everything that you're doing, there's a purpose to it. You don't do it just for the sake of it. You know why you're doing it. You know it's in accordance to the things that you truly, truly believe in. And yeah, that's something I need to revisit. I did put together a few values whilst I was there, but I haven't really had the chance to go back to it. But yeah, I thought that was super, super important. Another thing she mentioned is like paying attention to how what thoughts are helpful and what thoughts are not helpful, and how do we respond to them. Do we distract ourselves from them? Do we try and change the topic? Do we feel it completely, allow ourselves to feel it completely before we move on to like other thoughts? Like, how do we manage that? That's another way to, once you start paying attention, you recognize how much time you might be spending thinking maybe negatively or thinking about things that may not necessarily be helpful for you. So yeah, I hope these few ways that I've shared with you will encourage you to do some other mindful things. If there's any thoughts that you have on this, make sure you share it in the comment section below. If there was something you weren't aware of that now you're aware of, make sure you share it in the comment section below. If there's something that you are aware of that I didn't share in this video, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Really grateful. Make sure you give this a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in my next one. Take care, guys. Bye.